Hi everyone, welcome back to our series Machine Learning to Agentic AI. I'm Sharma and this is a day 4. Over the past 3 days, we have built a solid foundation moving from traditional ML to power of retrieval augmented generation to RAG, and while the powerful is still the passive, it is tell you the things. Now, today, we across the jam and to the true autonomy, we are learning how to build a AI can do the things. AI that can plan, use tools, execute the complex tasks. We building the agentic AI. So RAG to agentic AI tool use and planning. So AI is now you can see the AI how they are moving faster. We started from the perception of computer for computer vision, NLP, and interpreting the world. Then came to generation the LLM, creating the content. Then we have the agentic AI is the next frontier. It's the move from AI as a collaborator. The core difference between the shift from tell me what to do for me. Now, before we are saying that, tell me what I need to do. Now we are saying do for me because that is a agentic AI. Agent will be do as per them. So now you can see here the perceptions we have. Now we have the agent have the brain. They can take the decisions basis on the tool. Then action. They can take the action like text tools and with the learning. Now the agent will be work on the reasoning part. So to understand how an agent works, we must look at the architecture to build four fundamental pillars. So four fundamental pillars is brain. The brain, this is a core LLM. It's a reasoning and decision making engine. It's process the input and decide the next step. Next is planning. Planning, this is the agent ability to break down a complex goal like plan a trip to Paris, plan trip to India, the sequence of manageable subtasks. Then third is a memory. Memory is a short term, the context window, or versus a long term. Short term, we can say you're writing, you are chatting with the LLM bot, and you're giving your all data to them. You're writing the prompt, and you're giving that prompt data. Then we have the vector DB. In that short term context, like current conversation history, we are giving long term memory typically stored into the vector database. For continuity, the learning. Then finally, the tools. That is important, and we are covering this in this session. External APIs, Python interpreter, and search engines. These are the agent handlers. External interface like APIs, code, interpreters, search engines that allow the agent to interact with the real world beyond the training data. So next we will move for the evaluation. This will be slide will be give the more information how it's work. So like how the things will be work. So before we are moving to the this one, I want to how the evaluation will be work. So so before I mention this, how the things, the perceptions, before we have a perception is traditional ML that interprets sensory data like computer vision and NLP, and then the generation is generating an agentic AI will be now taking to that one, and the shift is moving to the RAG system. Now defining the agent. So we have four AI architecture: the brain, planning, memory, and the tool. How they need to interact with database, taking from memory, and the sensors and API. So that is called of the AI agent, and they giving the output as a action. So this is the AI architecture, how that will be work. Next is tool use. So this is very important. Whenever let's more focus, because this is a critical part. Tool use enabled a mechanisms to call a functional calling. So you need to understand, when you're building any agent, what is a function calling there? So when an agent receive a request, so let's suppose they receive the input from the user. In this diagram, we can say, see this one, they're taking the input. It reasons whether it needs external help, or if it is done the structured JSON object. So now they are planning what need to do, and the agent will be think according to that one and return the observation to the agent and incorporate a new information continuous to it. So agentic cycle, how it's work: the request, reasoning, tool selections, executions, observations, and the final response. So this is the full cycle of agentic AI, how that will be work. So this is tool selection, that is totally depend on the agent, how they will be act. Then execution and observation, then final response they will be generate. So this it allowed to live web search, query a database, execute a complex Python code. And this is the SQL database and enterprise. Next is planning a strategic and complex task. So when the agent have the ability to plan, is what is separate a simple tool or caller from a truly automated system, autonomous system. We use a specific prompting strategies to guide this planning. So how it's work? Chain to thought. So you can see here, chain to thought is the think aloud, think out loud. So that will be generate according to that one. And intermediate the reasoning steps before the final answer. This dramatically improve the performance on multi-steps logic problems. The RECT framework. Next is the RECT framework take a step further and interleaving the reasoning traces and action steps. It's continuous loop thinking, acting, and observing. So in this one, so you can see when the agent will be have the LLM, that will be give the action, then action go to the observation. So this is cycle will be work. So reason only, that will be LM go to the reasoning traces and they will be give the answer. But act only is like they take going to the action, and action to the environment, to the observations. Next is self correction. That is very important, how the things will be work. So if you want to clear about how the agent will be work, you need to understand this one, react. So self correction, the agent ability to review the on tool output and identify the errors. So we in the deep learning, we have the neural networks. In the neural networks, but how we will do with this. So we have something, we are giving the input as output, and they're learning from the previous experiences. Same like here, the self correction will be work as with the reason and fact. Next is the how the loop flow will be work. So let me zoom here more to how this will be work. So first we have a thought. Okay, so you have a thought, the agent analyzes current state, user goal, and decide the next logic step. For example, I need the current stock price, so I must use this search tool. So we are giving some thought. Then Action will be the agent select a specific tool that generate a necessary input and parameters to execute it. Like Apple stock price, we are saying directly give the Apple stock price. In this thought process, we are saying that go to the current stock price and you must search use the tool. Okay, here we are giving the Apple to them. Go to the Apple stock price and give the price. Third is observation. The agent receives the output from the tool, the current stock price, and which provide a new grounded information. So with the information we are asking and they giving the information, with the information they are providing us something. So this loop repeats until the agent is sufficient information to provide the final grounded answer to the user. It's a very powerful iterative problem solving process. So if you have done in the machine learning, we call, so in the machine learning, very famous term is that is back propagation. So back propagation is work as backward propagation errors. This core algorithm will be trained on the neural network that will be give the input to the model and output to the model. First the input is going and they searching the this is output, and that output will be input for next output. So this is a continuous iterative loop that agent make more final grounded answer. So this is a very main term for to use it. Now agentic framework. How the agentic framework we are using? So we have a LangChain. LangChain is a most powerful use. Everyone is using Maxo who is developing the agentic AI. They know the LangChain. So what is a LangChain? Is the industry standard offering extensive integration for the tool for the complex chains. We have the Preview.ai. So it's basically focused on the collaboration of multi-agent and system and perfect for especially agent work together. Then we have AutoGen from the Microsoft, and that enable to conversational multi-agent workflow and high customizable. And this framework abstract the away from the complexity along the focus on agent logics. So let's go for the LangChain example. So we have a LangChain. This is a website for LangChain. If you search on the Google, simply go to the LangChain and you can see here this is the LangChain. Simply they are showing that how the LangChain work. The request will be generate. The user will be do the input request. Then model will be check what is the request from the user. If the model is know the result, because if the model is fine-tuned properly and they have the updated data what the user is looking for, so they give the result. Else they will be go to the tool, whatever they will be decide which tool is better for that one. So let's suppose they're using the Python, they're using the regex, anything they are using the web search, and that will be go to the action, then observation, then it is go to the result. So this is how the LangChain will be work. So now if you searching basically how the LangChain and the things will be work. So LangChain is the basically that will be provide a foundation of framework, and it provide a built-in AI application for the linear task from let's suppose step A to step B to step 3. So let's suppose if this is a LangChain, and if you can see here that will be show how the things will be work. So design, so it's open let's suppose for the Google ChatGPT model, any model you can do with this using API. So you can do the modify, control and enforce. The customizability is there, durable, and because it's very durable, and we have many open source like Olama, Hugging Face. You can do the integration